Thank you and good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living here in beautiful San Clemente. We're so glad to have you here with us in the sanctuary out there in Videoland. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we'd like you to join us on our first sing-along song, led by our fearless song leaders, Wade and Kimberly. So please rise and sing along with us.
Singing God You Are.
Every mountain, God you are. Every ocean, God you are. Every canyon, every inch of earth and sky, God you are. Every morning, God you are. Every midnight, God you are. Every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God you are, every sunrise, God you are. Every moon glow, God you are. Every star shine, every inch of earth and sky, God you are. Every springtime, God you are. Every snowfall, God you are. Every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you.
Good morning, beautiful center.
Good morning.
I'm Reverend Carla Shiratis, and we want to thank you for bringing into our atmosphere of worship the gift of your presence here this morning. And if you're here for the very first time, we want you to know that we are open-minded, open-hearted, non-denominational, and no matter where you are on your path in life, you are absolutely welcome here. So last week, Reverend Judy had shared with us when she was visiting another CSL center, they had opened with some very beautiful, beautiful words. And so we want to share it with you one more time this morning. We are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the very diversity of creation. We strive to live authentic spiritual lives through a practical application of the teachings of science of mind. We engage in conscious practices that uplifts our spirit and deepens our awareness and ignites our own soul's self-expression. We demonstrate active compassion to ourselves, to each other, and to this world. We experience meaningful contribution through giving generously of our times, our talents, and our treasures. And we intentionally promote our community and our teachings. Doesn't that beautifully just sum it up? Love it. Absolutely love it. We're going to get started this morning by doing our opening ceremonial. Lighting the flames of faith. We promote this ceremony. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universal religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practices of universal spiritual principles. And as practitioner Patrick Friedman lights the last candle, let it represent the path that brought you here this morning. And now Patrick Freeman is going to give us our opening morning prayer, our affirmation, and do the declaration.
Thank you, Reverend Carla. So, practitioners have some more duties, which is great. So I'm going to do the opening, the affirmative prayer, which Reverend Judy told me to write myself, which I did. So, to our fellowship, please receive the message of the day regarding the qualities of God. And now, join with me in consciousness. We know that God is all there is. God is love. God is peace. God is health. God is abundance. I know that I am God and every bit of me is God, and all the qualities of God are mine. I know and declare that this to be true. I release this prayer into the law of mind, and please join with me in saying, and so it is. The affirmation, please read it with me. Today I reemerge fully nourished, restored, and renewed, and so it is. And now our declaration of principles. I believe in God, the one creative intelligence, operating throughout the universe and operating throughout my entire being, now and always. I believe that this perfect spirit operates on a law of mind and creates my experience exactly according to my belief. I believe this perfect spirit can be used by me and by every other person to produce health, abundance, and love in mind, body, and total life experience. I use it now, and I rejoice in it, and so it is.
Thank you, Patrick. And now, how about some music? Won't you join me in welcoming our beautiful Chelsea Van?
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't fight the fighter, but I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out. Move mountains, we're gonna walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up high like the waves, we'll rise up in spite of the ache, we'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know it feels like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. We'll move mountains, bring it to its feet, and move mountains. And we'll rise up, we'll rise like the day, we'll rise up, we'll rise unafraid, we'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. All we need is hope, and all that we have for each other, and for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we'll rise up, we'll rise together, and we'll rise up, we'll rise like the day, we'll rise up in spite of the ache, we'll rise up 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up high like the waves, we'll rise up in spite of the ache, we'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. We'll rise up for the world. We'll rise up. We'll do it 1,000 times, and we'll rise.
Oh, my.
Chelsea Van, beautiful. What an anthem. What an anthem to live by. So, our yearly theme. All year long, we've been talking about timeless wisdom, evolutionary vision. And there, we could get a witness right there. And so every single month of this year, we've been getting a little snippet of what that means. And this month's theme is a pause for guidance. Last week, Dave Friedman talked a little bit about our guidance system within, that God-pointing place within that is always moving us in the right direction. And this week, our beloved Reverend Judy is going to be speaking on Rise and Reemerge. Please join me in welcoming Reverend Judy Chapman.
I don't even have to come up and talk to you today because Chelsea just gave the talk. Oh, Chelsea. I'm sitting there with tears in my eyes. That was beautiful. So you just always do the perfect, Diane, how do you do it? The perfect song for the talk. Perfect. Rise up, move mountains. We've been doing that this past month. And 1,000 times, yes, we don't give up, do we? First of all, I want to say thank you to Dan, my dear friend, for bringing me these pretty flowers. I love purple and I love orchids, so thank you, Dan, for my flowers. So kind. And this is a perfect topic for me this week. I think for all of us, a pause for guidance between the fires, the hurricanes, the pandemic, and what's going on in our world at large. We do need to pause. We need to pause and look at and get quiet so that we can move forward. When a friend of mine heard that I was speaking on this, he sent me this little thing from Lori Duchesne. When a friend heard, pause before judging, pause before assuming, pause before accusing, pause whenever you're about to react harshly, and you'll avoid doing and saying things you'll regret later. I think that's a good idea, a very good reminder. So this month invites us to pause for a rest, to rejuvenate, and to prepare for the next leg of our journey. And we do that by becoming authentic, vulnerable, and we have the opportunity to evolve our thinking. Reverend Bruce started us off for the month of August with a personal time for a tune-up. So he tuned us up and remind us that we align with our values so we continue our path with wholeness and with joy in our heart. And we consider being in alignment with our personal values of spirituality, relationships, health, and time. When that happens, it raises our consciousness. And he reminded us of that. On the second Sunday, Reverend Kath spoke to us about how to experience joy through creativity and relaxation. Her topic was a placeful pause. It looked at ways for our spirit to express joy through us. The third week of our theme, A Pause for Guidance, was presented by Reverend Karen Allen, and oh, she was so great. And it was about speaking and sparking our imagination and invoking our curiosity in all kinds of new and energetic ways. She spoke about expanding our divine presence in the world. Yes, I agree. And then we had last Sunday with Dave Friedman. He told us it was time to check our inner compass. So are we still on the right path? Or is there something greater, something new, something different, waiting to be revealed through us? He gave us some great ideas on how to recognize the guidance and to take heed. So that brings us to this Sunday. Rise and emerge. The invitation this week is to soar and rise up to achieve that higher consciousness. We do that through innovation, restoration, self-care, and evolution. I think we should start out today by reaffirming our affirmation that Patrick, we read together this morning. So repeat after me. Today I reemerge fully nourished, restored, and renewed. Today I reemerge fully nourished, restored, and renewed. Again, today I reemerge fully nourished, restored, and renewed. Yes. Doesn't that feel good? Yes. So, I'm going to ask you, when you heard the word reemerge or rise up and reemerge, what did you think of? We're going to have a little experiment here. So, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and hold it for 4 seconds like Dave Freeman taught us last week. And when you release, I want you to think in your mind's eye, rise and reemerge. Okay, let us go. Breathe in. Hold it. Rise and reemerge. Release. Okay, open your eyes. What did you think of rise and reemerge? An Easter lily? Okay. Okay, about a bulb that came up and rises up. Very good. Anybody else? Butterflies rising, re-emerging. Oh, well, that's perfect because I'm a butterfly today. What was it? The phoenix? Anybody else think of the phoenix? That's what I thought of. When I thought of rise and re-emerge, I saw the phoenix bird coming out of the flames. So I had to look it up. What does that mean? What does that mean? It symbolizes immortality and the resurrection of life. Wow, who knew? Rise and re-emerge. So that's what we're going to discuss today. The renewal of our lives. The resurrection of our faith and our hidden beliefs, and our commitment to ourselves and to our world and to our community. Is today a good day for you to rise up and reemerge? Is it? Good, because if not today, when would you do it? Why not today? Today, the first day of the rest of your life. Let's do it today. I say yes. Yes, it is. If you've been hiding your divine light under anger, depression, insecurities, resentment, any of those things, if you've been hiding your light, it's time to make a change. So the 3 ways we're going to talk about that change today are, number 1, self-awareness. Number 2, spiritual alignment with spiritual principles. And number 3, spiritual discernment. Discernment. So first change we must occur was to remember who we are. Who are you? We are divine beings. First and foremost. I have said it over the last 20 years of being a minister over 1,000 times that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We can never get more spiritual. You can go out and practice walking on water or ascending to the ethers. I don't care. You can, but you still will not be more spiritual than you are right here in this moment. You have it all. You have it all. That energy, that light is within all of God's creations. you included. So self-awareness is really a biggie in my book. I think that's one of to be able to know who we truly are, that is so important. And self-awareness awareness is the practice that illuminates our alignment with each of the Science of Mind principles. When we're self-aware, we can understand them. It is the practice of being conscious of our motivations and our internal dialogue. Does anybody have internal dialogue other than me? Oh, Judy, you're too little. You're too short. You're too old. It's getting that way, 75. You're too old. You're too tall. You're too rich. You're too poor. What is it? You're too. You're not enough. I hear that, and I want to slap who's ever talking to me. Honestly, it's like, get out of my head. I don't believe that. I'm not too anything. I'm a spiritual being. Yes. So we don't listen to that. And when you do listen to it, make sure it's a positive thing, a positive spin on what that self-dialogue is. We also are carrying around a lot of false beliefs. I mean, we've had them since we were little. We had them when we went to different cultures and different faith religions. They have different ideas, and we've been carrying them around. And some of them, not all, I'm not saying throw out the baby with the bathwater. Oh, that's an old saying, too. I'm saying that bless you. I lost it. We've been carrying around some false beliefs all our lives. So it's time. It's time to get those false beliefs, raise them up to the higher consciousness of light where they can dissipate, where you can no longer need them. They're not yours anymore. Give them to God. God will take care of them. It's all right. So it's time to get everything to the light. So self-awareness is the willingness to observe and to take responsibility, the big word, responsibility, for our internal and our external choices. We are always responsible. That's the one thing about the Science of Mind that some people don't care about, that we are responsible for what's happening in our life. You're responsible for how your life is playing out. Self-awareness is the foundation for conscious choice. We rise and re-emerge by recognizing what the founder of the Science of Mind, Dr. Ernest Holmes, said, and I quote, "The first step for you to take involves becoming aware that you already have the God qualities you wish to cultivate and to experience in your everyday life." Who knew? You already have what you want. That's in How to Change Your Life, page 41. He also said, there is something within you that sings the song of eternity. Listen to it. There is something within you that sings the song of eternity. Listen to it. Have you heard that song? If you have not heard it, then you are not listening. You have to listen more consciously. When we listen, we hear the beloved, and the beloved speaks to us. And that happens when we are quiet and we are silent. Jalaluddin Rumi, the Sufi poet, said, "Last night I begged the wise one to tell me the secret of the world." The wise one said, he gently whispered, "Be quiet. The secret cannot be spoken. It's wrapped in silence." In this world that we live today, we need to consciously take the time to schedule time to be quiet, to meditate, to pray, to sit in the silence. We have to take that time. And many days I don't. Too busy doing this, doing that, taking care of this and that. I don't take the time. It's important. It's vital to our spiritual growth and our evolution as spiritual beings. So when we're quiet, we listen. We listen for that beloved voice. And the answers to all of our questions, they always are answered. Always. When you listen, you will hear. Michael Beckwith said, spiritual awakening is a journey of the heart. Every person's heart is a flame to know its true nature and to commune with Source. To commune with Source. We have a fire within us that, wants and needs that communication, that connection with God. The second point in Rise and Reemerge is spiritual alignment. After we remember to recognize who we truly are, divine beings having an experience, then we can move to the next phase, but only after you realize who you are. Don't forget who you are. And the next phase is spiritual alignment with spiritual principles and self-renewal. Well, we all know how to do that, don't we? We're all students of the science of mind. We know how to pray affirmative prayer. We know how to meditate. We know how to be quiet. We know how to go to classes, science of mind classes. I could look around the room, and I think I've seen every single one of you in a class. We go to classes. We study sacred works. All those things are spiritual principles that we align with our spiritual principles. So let's look at affirmative prayer. That's the foundation. We also call it spiritual mind treatment. So it's a 5-step treatment. It's a 5-step prayer. The first step is recognition. You're recognizing what God is. What is God? God is love. God is joy. God is peace, abundance. What God is. Recognition. The second step of the prayer is that we unify with all the qualities of God. Within me, all the qualities of God. Within you, all the qualities of God reside. So we unify with that God source. The third step is the affirmation or the declaration. The purpose of your prayer. What is the purpose of your prayer? You want a new job? I have an excellent new job. You want more money? I am in lavish abundance. You want a new relationship? The perfect relationship is mine now. You affirm like it's already happened. And you declare it. The fourth step is to accept it and to give thanks for it. Give thanks for this knowing. Give thanks for this prayer. Give thanks that you just turn it over to God. And that's the fifth step. Let it go. That's the hardest. I'm telling you, letting it go, turning it over, releasing it into the divine mind is the hardest step of the prayer. Because we want to hold on to it. Well, I don't know if God really knows what to do with this. I want it to go this way. I want this, and to happen. No. And we don't outline how it's going to happen because it's this or something more. So we never outline our prayers. We just state, this is what I want in my life. This is what I declare and affirm in my life. And then we let it go. Give it to the ethers, give it to Spirit, give it to God. That is the prayer. In my early days of studying the science of mind and how fabulously the prayer, the 5-step prayer worked for me and has worked ever since, I was so arrogant to think that it was the only way to pray. I was wrong. It's not the only way to pray. God listens to our heart. I have many friends of different faiths, and their prayers are just as strong as my 5-step scientific prayer. And I'm glad that I realized that finally. I'm going to tell you a little story right now about prayer. And this was a story from the Rumi book. And it's about Moses and the little shepherd. It's one of my very favorites. I've heard all along, and I just love it, so I'm going to share it with you. So Moses heard the shepherd on the road praying. And the prayer said, God, where are you? I want to help you. I want to fix your shoes and comb your hair. I want to wash your clothes and pick the lice off. You have to realize it was a long time ago. Pick the lice off. I want to bring you milk to kiss your little hands and your little feet when it's time for you to go to bed. I want to sweep your room and keep it neat. God, my sheep and my goats are yours. All I can say remembering you is, oh and ah. Moses could stand it no longer. Who are you talking to? The little shepherd said, I'm talking to the one who made us, who made the earth and who made the sky. Moses said, don't you talk about shoes and socks with God. And what's this with your little hands and feet? Such blasphemous familiarity. Sounds like you're chatting with your uncles. The shepherd repented and tore at his clothes and ran out into the desert. God was mad, let me tell you. And he said to Moses, you have separated me from one of my own. Did you come as a prophet to unite or to sever? I have given each being a separate and unique way of seeing and knowing and saying that knowledge. What seems right to you is wrong for someone else. What is poison for one is honey to someone else. Purity and impurity, sloth and diligence in worship, they mean nothing to me. I am apart from all of that. Ways of worshiping are not to be ranked better or worse than one another. Hindus do Hindu things. The Muslims in India, they do another thing. It's all praise, and it's all right. It's not me that's glorified in the acts of worship, God said. It's the worshipers. I don't hear the words. I look inside at the love and the humility. The wrong way he talks is better than 100 ways, right ways of others. So Moses ran after the shepherd, tried to find him. He finally caught up with the shepherd and he said, I was wrong. God has revealed to me that there are no rules for worship. Say whatever and however your loving tells you to do. Your sweet blasphemy is the truest devotion. Through you, the whole world is freed. Loosen your tongue and don't worry about what comes out. It's all the light of spirit. It's all the light of spirit. So whenever we speak praise or thanksgiving to God, it's always like the dear shepherd said. It's within the heart. It's you speaking from your heart. And it's the same when you do your affirmative prayer. You do it with feeling from your heart. And then you get answers, let me tell you. We are all individualized expressions of the one. The one intelligence, the one energy, the one love. In 1999, my parents, my mom and dad, built a dream house, a log home, up at Lake Almanor Peninsula in Northern California. It's about 45 minutes from Lake Lassen and about 2 hours from Reno, straight over on the peninsula of Lake Almanor. They had a dream to have a summer house, a cabin. We call it the cabin. It's a 3-story, 14-inch log home is what it is. It doesn't look like a little cabin. It's beautiful. They built it in 1991 and spent May through October every year. They spent gets me. They spent 4 months a year there. My dad fishing, my mom playing bridge, everybody having a great time, and it's a wonderful. So I've been there since 1991, and my dad taught all the grandkids how to fish, and it's a beautiful, beautiful place. And then the Dixie Fire came a month ago, and I believe in prayer. And I believe that when 2 or more together, there is power. So I posted a picture of the cabin on Facebook, and over 100 people responded to that and said, "We are praying for your cabin." First of all, Reverend Karen said, "Judy, your dad, Roy, has a bubble right over it. Nothing's going to get that cabin." So I have to tell you that if you ever look at a map of the Dixie Fire, Chester, the little town of Chester is 10 miles from the lake. And then on this side, another 10 miles on the other side is Westwood. The fire burned up to the lake, around. It missed Chester, and then it burned this way. It missed the peninsula, and it missed Westwood. The fire is all around it, and the cabin is safe. So I want to say thank you. Thank you for each and every one for saving our family's home. You know, everybody loves to go there. It's so, yes, that's what I say. Yay! It is gorgeous. So there were things there that I would have really been sad to all the pictures of when they raised the logs and everything, that would have been really very sad to me to lose. So we will go up there. I had someone go check it a couple days ago. Ash everywhere. There's so much ash, but nothing was burned. So I appreciate the power of prayer. It works. It truly does work. So prayer works. Another spiritual practice is meditation. There's many different kinds. You can have silent meditation. You can have guided meditation. Every person is different, so you can have your own kind of meditation. It's wonderful. Everything is unique to the individual. Just as the story of Moses and the shepherd said, each person has a unique way to connect with that divine. Affirmations is another spiritual practice. And it's a wonderful way for us to align with our spiritual principles. I have been doing affirmations is one of my very favorite things to do. I have been doing affirmations for years, and about 20 years ago, I'm not a minister yet, but a practitioner. I came up with my own, we had a class and we did our own affirmation. Mine is, I am open and receptive to the abundance that is mine to have and to share. That's what I've been saying every morning and every night. So guess what? It works. It works for me. I am open, so it works, and I love it. So affirmations for any time, a lot of you know I have a granddaughter that's addicted. And she's back into a rehab right now. So she went in yesterday. But it's been going on 15 years. So, I think it was Jesus that said, pray without ceasing, right? So that's what we do. We just continue to pray. So, and I use affirmations to keep myself centered and focused on the truth. By being in spiritual alignment with spiritual principles, we create a dynamic equilibrium of divine right action and self-renewal. We rise up to a higher level of consciousness, and we re-emerge into the life that we have designed for ourselves. The third point to make is spiritual discernment. So those who possess the spiritual gift of discernment can see right through the smoke screens and obstacles as they uncover the truth. That's your practitioners. They have spiritual discernment. They know the truth that sets you free. So they see through your circumstances, your situations. They see through it to the truth of the universe. That's what a practitioner is. So I go to a practitioner. If it's foggy for me, I need to clear the air and refocus, and I go. And I'm proud of it. So spiritual discernment uncovers the truth. It springs from the truth that is already there within, like Dr. Ernest Thomas said. The truth is already there. We have it all. We just have to tap into it. The insights that come from discernment stem from solid knowledge, understanding, and a firm belief in the divine presence. So we study, we go to classes, we study, we figure out what's going on in our life. So what we are spiritually discernment is we can make that right choice. We can choose the right thing to do because we've had that inner guidance and we've listened and we've practiced and we've committed to that. In essence, discernment is the decision-making process that honors God's divine guidance in our life. That's what it means. It is an interior search that seeks to align with the divine flow and energy of the universe. It is based on wisdom that we have gleaned from what we have learned, what we know. Like when we go to classes or we listen to a podcast or we come to the Sunday service, we know. Okay, I'm quick. I'll hurry. As we rise and emerge spiritually, we discern what is ours to do on this continued journey. We practice self-love and we answer the call to serve. It's a biggie. In what way are you called to serve? What is your capacity to serve, and what must you learn by doing that service? Please listen to John Aston's song. Go ahead and play the video. I'll move this. Can you see the screen with this here? No? Okay. I'll put it right over here. I've played this before, and it's important to hear it again.
Why have you come to earth? Do you remember? Why have you
taken birth? Why have you come to love, to serve and remember.
Love, to serve and remember. Why have you come to earth? Do you remember? Why have you taken birth? Why have you come to love, to serve and remember? To love, to serve and remember. To love, to serve and remember. To love, to serve and remember. Love, to serve and remember. To love, to serve and remember.
So why have you come to earth? Do you remember? Why have you taken birth? Why have you come? Why have you come? You've come to do what we talked about today. To love yourself, to love the world, to love your community, to just love. And to serve, to give of yourself, to give of your time, your talent, and your treasure, to give and to receive. So we rise and we reemerge through self-awareness, self-care, and evolution. We rise and we reemerge through spiritual alignment with our spiritual principles. And we rise and reemerge through our ability to obtain spiritual guidance and understanding. Rise and reemerge, beloved ones. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Please help me welcome back to our stage Chelsea Van.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. But every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaken, but I gotta keep trying, gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain, I'm always gonna wanna make it move, always gonna be an uphill battle, sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there, it ain't about what's waited on the other side. It's the climb.
the struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. And I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. You just gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong and just keep pushing on, 'cause there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move, always gonna be an uphill battle, and sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there, it ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb, yeah. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle, but sometimes you're gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there, it ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb, yeah. So keep on moving, keep on climbing, keep your faith, keep your faith. It's all about that climb. So keep the faith, keep your faith. It's all about that climb.
Speechless. I could tangibly feel the energy from that talk and that send off. Thank you so much. So beautiful. Let's give him another round of applause. And now it's time for our offertory. So this morning there are offertory baskets found at the back of the room, at the front where you walked in, also on the side here. And there are many ways that you can give to our center this morning. If you're listening to us online, you're more than welcome to mail in a check to CSL CV, or you can PayPal us, you can go through our website. There's all kinds of ways for us to give back to those gifts that we've received. This is a law of reciprocity, where as we give, we receive, and we understand how this law works. So I encourage you all to give generously. And won't you share with me reading our offertory affirmation this morning? My offering is my acceptance of God as the source of my supply and symbolizes my faith in the abundant flow of this supply.
Breathe through me, Spirit, breathe through me.
now, Spirit, breathe as me.
And now we would like to acknowledge all those that make our service work each and every Sunday. We'd like to thank our music and choir director, Diane Van King, on piano. Our fabulous band, Dave Page, Bill Dixon, and Ed Cosby. And in the sound booth today, we have Josh Turner and Mary Brogdon. On camera, we'd like to acknowledge Norwa, who does such a wonderful job for us. And we'd like to thank Chelsea Van for being here today with us and gifting us with your beautiful voice. We'd like to thank our song leaders, Kimberly and Wade Woolridge, and our beloved Reverend Judy for that talk that certainly did lift each one of us into a new plane. Today's practitioners are Lori Ann Witt, Cheryl Lyman, and Patrick Freeman. Let's give them a nice hand. Did you know each and every Sunday that we give you a gift? We give you the gift of prayer. Every single Sunday, one of our practitioners is here to gift you with prayer. Can you think of one thing in your life that might be going a little bit better? Can you think of one thing that's worried you this week? Can you think of something that's going fabulous in your life? Today, you can meet one of our practitioners either in our quiet room or one of our booths in the background, and we can offer you that gift of prayer that really is the foundation of what we believe in this philosophy for making change in our lives. So I encourage you to do that today. And now we have some invitations from Wade and Kimberly.
It's me.
Max?
Don't use my name. This is an unsecured shoe. It's 86.
Whatever you say, Max. Where are you?
I'm just getting to the center. Ah, there you are. Okay. 99. I've uncovered evidence. 99. I've uncovered evidence that chaos infiltration at CSLCV. There's a group of unsavory characters that meets in secret from 12 to 12:30 after each Sunday service.
Max, I've checked that out. And that's just Conscious Connections, where they discuss today's service. They're okay.
Are you sure? Because I heard they have some new mastermind coming in to head up the center. She's undercover as a new senior minister.
No, that's Reverend Alice Reed. We've had her vetted. Plus, we have extra security in the form of choir members that are singing special music before and during the service so everyone will come early. She'll be speaking on reaching higher, and how perfect is that for her first message with us? Then everyone is staying afterwards to break bread with the new minister.
Oh, well, you see, 99, I was kind of hoping that maybe you might join me in going to this event.
Max, why couldn't you have asked me something like that months ago?
Well, I just found out about it, and I couldn't think of anybody else that would go Dutch.
Max, it's free.
Oh, even better.
How about you go to book study with Mary with me? It meets on Wednesday mornings via Zoom from 10 to 11:30, and the current book of discussion is The Knowing, 11 lessons to understand the quiet urges of your soul. Contact Mary Brogdon if you have any questions.
Yes, this Brogdon person seems to be in the middle of everything. It's probably the old pass the secret coded messages in the church book study group trick. That's the second time I've fallen for that this month.
Well, how about Shifting Sands? Our roundtable discussion group meets on Thursday mornings from 10:30 to 12:30 on Zoom.
Don't tell me they're still meeting on Zoom.
Oh, yeah, they're still meeting on Zoom.
I asked you not to tell me that.
Sorry, Max, but some of the meetings are still happening on Zoom, like Coming Home, Awakening to Spirit, a group setting focused on an increased awareness of the love and beauty and our oneness with life. It meets at 8 a.m. on Zoom.
Well, this Friday evening, September 3rd at 7, Special Ops Trainer Reverend Judy will lead our women's circle agent in the special martial art of Tai Chi Chuan.
No. That's a Tai service.
Tai Bo?
Tai experience.
Oh.
With, the bells and the bowls, things like that. What a great way to end the week.
Missed it by that much. Would you believe that CSLCV has the largest LGBTQ group in the Northern Hemisphere?
No, I wouldn't believe that.
Would you believe the largest group in Southern California?
Not really, no.
How about in Ladera this side of Pico?
I'm still not sure, but hey, if you want more information, see Kathy Story or Tony Sparks.
99, I hear Reverend Karen, also known as Agent 34, is planning on holding the annual holiday boutique in December, coinciding with our annual holiday brunch, and she is putting out the call for crafters.
Max, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
That caviar is probably going to be in short supply this holiday season?
No, Max. That now is the time to start crafting your beautiful creations, to show off your talents and creativity, and to sell your creations to our spiritual family during this holiday shopping season.
No.
Well, now we're all going to be standing and singing the closing song.
And loving it. When I listen, I see clearly. When I listen, I know. When I listen, I find perfect peace. When I listen to the voice of Spirit in me. When I listen, I see clearly. When I listen, I know. When I listen, I find perfect peace. When I listen to the voice of Spirit in me. When I listen, I see clearly. When I listen, I know. When I listen, I find perfect peace. When I listen to the voice of Spirit in me. When I listen to the voice of Spirit in me. When I listen to the voice of Spirit in me.
Repeat after me. I am open and receptive. To the abundance that is mine.
To the abundance that is mine.
To have and to share.
To have and to share.
And so it is.
So it is.
Yes.